I want to talk to Ted Williams, the Washington lawyer and former D.C. police officer, and a real good analyst for us on these issues. I first want to talk about finding Hannah. You've been down there, haven't you, Ted Williams? A rural place, a lot of difficult areas to search, isn't it?
Yes, Larry, it certainly is. As a matter of fact, I'm here in Charlottesville as we speak, and we've gone out and around, and you have some very difficult terrain. You have a lot of farmland, you have rivers, streams, and a lot of empty dwellings down here. So this is like searching at this stage, Larry, for a needle in the haystack.
And so obviously cooperation from anyone who knows anything is paramount, and I know that the police down there have really begged for people to give as much information as they might be able to provide. But now I understand that there's some thought that the suspect may have taken Hannah somewhere and left her somewhere, even in like an abandoned guest house or something.
Well, you know, the rumors floating abound here. I think, as in any investigation, the law enforcement individuals here know a lot more than they are putting out. However, like I said, there are many, many different rumors. We, in a direct manner, this guy certainly has been charged with abduction with the intent to defile. That means certainly that he is charged with abducting Hannah Graham with the intent to have some kind of sexual relationship with her.
And can I ask you about that? Because that really stuck out to me, because as we know, I'm not going to say this suspect's name because they've got him now, and I just don't want to give him any more press. But when I heard that they charged him with this abduction with the intent, I wonder, since they haven't had him, they haven't been able to interview him, what kind of evidence could they have uncovered that would shed light on intent?
You know, that on the intent aspect of it is very interesting. Let me just take your viewers back, if I can, when it comes to the various charges here. He was initially charged on Saturday. He and his family came down here to the police department. They left the police department. He was being followed by law enforcement. He was in his mother's or his sister's car, allegedly. And he took off running from law enforcement, and because of safety reasons, they did not follow him. So they charged him with 2 counts of reckless driving. And I got to tell you, in 35 years of being as a lawyer and being in the criminal justice system of some sort, I've never seen where a poster has been put out for a wanted poster, by the way, for the arrest of someone for reckless driving.
Yeah.
But they did do that. And shortly thereafter, we were waiting for forensics that did not come in. But then the chief of police held a news conference and said that they were charging him with abduction with intent to defile. And I keep wondering, and we are all wondering, and the only thing that comes close to that is that while I was by his apartment, they served a search warrant. And that search warrant very well could have been showing some kind of a direct nexus between this individual who has been charged, and I can use the name Jesse Matthew, and Hannah Graham. That's the only thing that could come to mind. Again, this is being kept close to law enforcement's best.
Let me ask you this, Ted Williams. I'm almost out of time, but in your experience as a police officer for the District of Columbia, in a situation like this, when your heart goes out to the parents who just want to know what happened to their daughter, there's one man who knows that, and that's the suspect, or they certainly assume that he knows that. What kind of techniques can they employ to get this guy to reveal what he knows?
They can't. Once this guy, if he wants to voluntarily talk, he can. But once he do what we define as lawyering up, he then has and is clothed with constitutional rights where he doesn't have to say anything to anyone other than his lawyers. He cannot and will not, if his lawyer is doing the proper thing in this case, will not make any statement whatsoever. So it's rather sad. You're probably not going to get this guy to talk unless he can make some kind of a deal. And again, I want to just say to your viewers out there, we do not know if he's been involved, if he's actually involved. We do know that he has been charged, but just because a person is charged, it does not mean that they are actually guilty of a criminal offense.
Understood, Ted Williams, and I appreciate that. He's got to know something. I mean, he even volunteered when he went into the police office so that he knew something. And then the next thing you know, he's on a beach in Galveston. Thank you for, but it's certainly, yes, he's innocent until proven guilty. Thank you.